What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Chlo&Mike. We have some AITAs for you. I have two. Chloe has two. And we're excited to share what we found.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Chlo&Mike. We kicked off the podcast, then we went on a little vacation. So it was a 2-week hiatus for us, but we are back and ready to get started. We have 4 news stories for you, and Mike is going to kick us off.
All right. Am I the asshole for punishing my daughter for being an extrovert? My daughter and son are only 18 months apart, but are completely different people. My daughter has dozens of friends and loves socializing and going out. My son has 2 friends he can go days without talking to, and when he's not at school, he likes to be in his room reading. Sometimes I send him outside for a little bit of sunshine, and he just reads books on Libby with his phone on the porch. Recently, my daughter accused me of favoring my son and punishing her for being more outgoing. My son has almost never denied doing something he wants to do. I don't force my kids to do much with their free time. If their homework is done and their rooms are clean-ish, they can spend their weekends doing whatever. My son usually spends his weekends in his room, as I said. My daughter always wants to go somewhere. She usually asks me to drive her. If I can, I will, but sometimes there's a scheduling conflict. I also don't always have money to give her, which she usually asks for. One of the moms of her friends can sometimes pick her up, but again, she's usually going to a movie or the mall or a restaurant with a friend. She usually wants money, and I can't give her $40 every single weekend for hangouts. It's not financially feasible. I told her she might consider getting cheap or free activities to do with her friends, but she said this isn't what the group at large wants to do. I suggested she might get a part-time job, and she was upset. She said I never told her brother to get a job, and he's 18 months older. The thing is that my son is cheap and easy. He doesn't ask for expensive books, and if he does, he asks for them as a gift for his birthday or Christmas. He reads stuff from the library or the internet. When he hangs out with his friends, they hole up in his room or play board games in the living room. Still, my daughter says he always gets to do what he wants, and she's often told no. It feels incredibly unfair to her. Am I the asshole for telling my daughter to do less expensive hobbies or get a job just because she's more extroverted?
This is an interesting one. Forgive me if you said it, but she didn't say the actual ages of her children, right? She said just 18 months apart.
Yeah, and insinuated that they're both able to get jobs.
Interesting. I want to say that the title is actually kind of misleading for me, because the title being like punishing my daughter for being an extrovert, and you're like, where is this going to go when you hear that? But then when you read the story and OP broke it down for us, I feel like the title made it sound so much more worse than what it actually was, in my opinion.
Or just mislabeled the issue.
Yeah, she mislabeled it, absolutely. So what are your overall thoughts?
Same as you. I don't think she's being punished for being an extrovert. It sounds like she has unreasonable expectations for what the mom can provide and the financial requests that she's making, and she also doesn't want to contribute to anything that she wants to do. So it sounds like the brother understands the limits and has made the best of them and is content with what he can and can't do, and the sister isn't, but she doesn't want to do anything to make it better for herself. She just wants the mom to give her money, which the mom expressed that she can't do. So it is unfair, but that's what happens. If you want things, you have to work for it, right?
Yeah, I think that the teenage girl is just learning I'm presuming teenage girl is learning a lot of lessons, She wants to do what her friends are doing. She wants some spending money. She wants to be social, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. She doesn't understand that her brother's hobbies and interests are little to no money, or he's not asking for it as frequently as she is. So, I'm not even saying that she's like a rotten kid or a bad teenager or anything. If anything, again, she's unfortunately learning some hard lessons, like maybe my mom can't afford what someone else's mom can as frequently, and maybe I do have to get a job if I want to do things, and it's not fair that my hobbies, cost more money than my brother's, but that doesn't mean that the mom isn't doing her best, and it doesn't mean that the mom's punishing her either.
Yeah, punishing would mean that the daughter's either doing something wrong or she's a victim of something, and I don't think that's the case. It's just what we said, everyone's doing their best, but the daughter, it's the difference between getting a Toyota or a Mercedes, right? That's the old argument. Like, one, the cost of maintenance is minimal, the other one has a higher cost of maintenance, and if you put the two kids next to each other, you don't know what kind of kid you're going to get. But if you're of working age, I mean, I had a job as soon as I legally could. You did too. So that contributed to a lot of the things that I wanted. So I don't know. I never really complained about it. That's just how it went for everybody I knew. So I think that should happen here, and nobody's really being unfair.
Yeah, I don't think either side's being unfair, OP, or even necessarily her daughter. She's just learning the hard way as she's getting older. Unfortunately, life isn't fair. I'd be curious to hear, though, what Reddit thinks.
Me too. Let's see. First one is not the asshole. You're not favoring one over another. One's low maintenance in a sense. He doesn't cost you $40 a weekend plus rides, while the other's socially active lifestyle requires some rides plus cash for her to keep up with the group of friends that she wants to do. It's reasonable to mention getting a part-time job to offset the cost.
Yeah.
So, everything we said.
I think that comment sums it up.
Yeah.
And was there an overall vote for the thread?
Not the asshole.
Makes sense.
All right.